auxiliary input for a Lexus SC430. So the only things you're going to need is a flathead or even just your key, 10mm socket, tape. That's it. So let's get into it. First thing, take your key. There's a little hole right here. Center console, pop it up. Pull your little seat heater control out. Undo the seat heater clip. Put that off to the side. Take your hand underneath of the wood for the shift console. Pop it straight up. At this point, take your key, put it in the ignition. Set your parking brake. Push the brake in and put it to neutral. Now you'll have enough space to take it out and over top. One cheating thing that is easier on mine that you'll have to do on yours if you can come around to the other side. So there's a plug that's right here that you have to undo. It's kind of a pain with your finger, but there's a release right here. Just the same as one of these where you just push it down and then you gotta pull it out. After that comes out, then this thing will move around more freely. You'll be able to take it over top like this. Take your keys, put it to the off, put it in the park. Keys out, let your steering console get out of the way. If it needs to, you can move it further out of the way. But take and rotate it underneath, over, and set it out of your way. Alright, so now we're most of the way there. Here was that missing plug from earlier that I had already taken out. Then you're going to need a 10mm with a large enough extension to reach back up top. I recommend using your center console to hold the screws, because you're going to have screws like these. And they might fall down and you might have to pick them up. Take your hands, put your thumbs underneath of the air conditioning controller, put fingers on top, pull straight out. You'll have two screws down here, one here. One on the other side, which I've already removed. Good place to store them, right there. So then for the top screws, take and hold this out of the way. Pull the deck gently down, and there will be two other screws up in here. So there's one way back here, one way back here. If you want, you can completely disconnect the air conditioning, but there's 3 different plugs on it, so I don't particularly care to if I don't have to. So we're just going to leave it out of the way. So since I already have all 4 screws out, here's the point where you can take the entire deck, very carefully go straight out, because one of the problems you'll run into is this leather right here is very thin and you can scratch it and break it. That's where the masking tape comes in. If you put masking tape along this side and along the other side, it'll give you a little bit more peace of mind when you're navigating this in and out, especially because of these corners and because of this corner and this corner, which is the same on both sides. The handle. Your radio may not have this 12 pin. The older ones did, then they got rid of it later. And then every car has this one, and this one. So this will go into there, and the opposite side will go into factory one.
The economy. One thing that's remained steady, support for workers themselves.
Two, 0, 6, 4.
You've reached testcalls.com test menu. Press 1 for a 1000 Hz tone. Press 2 for a DTMF test. Press 3 for a voice echo test.
You are about to enter an echo test. In this mode, everything you say will be repeated back to you just as soon as it is received. The purpose of this test is to give you an audible sense of the latency between you and the machine that is running the echo test application. You may end the test by hanging up or by pressing the pound key.
Test.
Test.
Check.
Check.
Then we're just going to put everything back together. This is the part where you can screw up the leather on the sides, so be careful. Okay, we're going gently backwards. Okay, that's close to being in place. I'm going to take one screw, put it in here. Double checking that we're not scraping anything. Okay, that one's snug. Then you go ahead and do this one down here, and if you were putting it all back together, there's two more up top, which you could also put in. I personally am not planning to do that right now because this thing will be coming back apart again because I'm always modifying things. Take your air conditioner, line it up with the clips, pop it back in place, key in again. Move it to neutral or drive with the parking brake on. And this time, we'll actually hook this clip back in. which I forgot to do on the last time. Otherwise, your cigarette lighter will not work. Okay, clipped in. That would be easier if we now push the button. Get this out of the way. Feed it down in. Put this in. Press it down. Done. Open up. Plug the guy back in. And let's see. Twist down this way. Now it needs to go with this connector right under the back lip. Then you rotate it down until the front of it sits snug behind the wood. Then push the back down. And guess what? We're completely installed. That's it. So in closing, this will be the same method if you want an auxiliary input, if you want auxiliary and Bluetooth music like I was showing here, or the one that will do phone calls too. One last bonus feature, if you are on FM, you'll see the antenna go up. Why do you get annoyed thinking this thing is old school and you don't like it and you want it to go away? If you're using a disc and that antenna does not drop, it might be because you have the RDS function on. If your RDS is on, hold it and turn it off. Then when you switch over to disc, the antenna will not stay up. Thanks for watching. Ask me any questions if you got them. Look forward to making things that will make your life better in your SC430.